Mass murder, slaughter, and extermination is the Israeli agenda for all Palestinians. They say it openly, they say it proudly. Conquer, cleanse, and stay is the mantra Netanyahu is telling his people, the Israelis, to embrace for Gaza. The Israeli Zionist Jews are putting into action their version of the final solution. What the Nazis did to the Jews are now doing to the Palestinians. The Jews have transformed themselves into the Jewish Nazis, exterminating the Palestinians in the new Gaza death camps. Israel is carrying out a nonstop mass murder of all of the Palestinians in Gaza in plain sight, and no one in the West is taking action to stop this. It is despicable, unconscionable, immoral. There are no words to describe this level of depravity and evilness. Have no illusions. The Israeli Zionist Jews are no longer human beings. They are insane monsters with a thirst for Palestinian blood, especially the blood of babies. Starvation is the weapon the Israeli Zionist Jews are using to lure the Palestinians to 4 food distribution locations in the south of Gaza and trap them into concentration camps and then either exterminate them or move them out. Netanyahu is allowing a trickle of food into Gaza, not as an act of compassion, but as a way of keeping the war going. Israel wants to make sure that the American bombs keep being delivered. The Trump administration does not like the look of starvation, but apparently Trump and his disgusting cohorts are okay with bombing with American bombs while people are being fed. 5 trucks entered Gaza on Monday, but the food was not distributed, and no trucks entered Gaza on Tuesday, even though there are thousands of trucks waiting to enter Gaza right now. To Netanyahu, approving humanitarian aid is a disguise for continuing to kill indiscriminately. On Saturday, a group of Palestinian leaders representing major clans in southern Gaza warned against the militarization of humanitarian efforts and their transformation into tools of control, surveillance, and search operations disguised as aid. You see, this is a hideous Israeli trick, and everyone knows it. According to Haaretz, an Israeli newspaper, it is an American security company, UG Solutions, that will be in charge of the food distribution. The North Carolina-based company is sending 100 armed contractors, or should I say 100 special operation forces, to staff the 4 food distribution checkpoints. Each UG Solutions armed contractor or guard will be paid $1,100 per day. With around 100 guards, that comes to $110,000 daily, or nearly $10 million over 3 months. Aid distribution itself could cost up to $500 million. UG Solutions has not disclosed who is their funding source. All of this is being done to destroy UNRWA, the only humanitarian aid group that can do efficient distribution of food in Gaza.
Gaza has been a territory of death and destruction for many years. And, I have concepts for Gaza that I think are very good. Make it a freedom zone. Let the United States get involved and make it just a freedom zone. Have a real freedom zone. because it seems that Gaza, every time, every 10 years it happens, and more than that, it really happens all throughout. They've never solved the Gaza problem. And if you look at it, I have aerial shots where, there's practically no building standing. There's no building. People are living under the rubble of buildings that collapsed, which is not acceptable. It's tremendous death. And I want to see that be a freedom zone. And if it's necessary, I think I'd be proud to have the United States have it, take it, make it a freedom zone, let some good things happen, put people in homes where they can be safe, and Hamas is going to have to be dealt with. You got to remember, October 7th was one of the worst days in the history of the world, I think, not just local to this region. It was one of the worst, most atrocious attacks anyone's ever seen. Tell you that the world is a much safer place right now, and I think in 2 or 3 weeks we could have it be a much, much safer place. We're going to handle a couple of situations that you have here. We have some very serious situations, and we're looking at Gaza, and we got to get that taken care of. A lot of people are starving. A lot of people are. There's a lot of bad things going on.
Donald Trump is now saying that if Egypt and Jordan continue to refuse to take in the refugees from Gaza that he plans to boot out of there, he is going to strip them of American aid. Here's something people probably intuitively understand, but if not, I just wanted to underline it for people. We do not give Egypt and Jordan aid because we are a charitable country. We give them aid to prop up what are their military dictatorships and to pay them not to attack Israel. If we withdraw our aid, our military support for Egypt and Jordan, and we force them each to take on another 800 or 900,000 Palestinians, both of those countries will collapse. And whatever is constituted in their place will abrogate whatever deals they have with Israel. So Israel should probably be careful what it wishes for here.
And so Bibi Netanyahu is not convinced that a deal would be good for the region. Is that fair to say?
I think I can say that Bibi, he's an angry man, and he should be because of October 7th. And he's been hurt badly by that, but in another way he's been sort of helped because I think he's fought hard and bravely.
And you think the Israel-Hamas, the situation in Gaza is going to come to an end soon?
Gaza's a nasty place. It's been that way for years. I think it should become a free zone. Freedom. I call it a freedom zone. It should become a freedom zone. It doesn't work. Every 10 years they go back. They have Hamas. They have everybody's being killed all over the place. You ever see? You talk about crime stats. It's a nasty place.
Are these people, these countries that you were just visiting, are they going to have to be a part of the solution?
Well, they would be. They would be. I spoke to all three of them. They would absolutely be. They're really rich and really, 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 even more than rich. They're good people, and they would help. And so money's not even the problem.
Well, you got to get countries to say yes, to take them.
Look. These are people that want to be in the Middle East. They really want to be in the Middle East. They love the Middle East. I see that. There's a spirit for the Middle East. They didn't have to go to Sweden, Germany, these different countries. They could have been home in the Middle East if somebody had the brains to build beautiful communities. 1.9 million is a lot of people, but it's not a lot of people.
We have to fight. We cannot live next to our borders with Hamas, ISIS governs that will threaten our civilians and do massacre where you rape women, beheaded bodies, kidnap babies. Do you understand that while we speak, babies are being held in Gaza? Women, young girls that went to a music festival are being held in Gaza? Dead bodies are being held in Gaza? Old people, some of them were in the Holocaust, are held now in Gaza. We will not be terrorized. We have our values. We know what we're fighting for. We know what we're fighting for. We're fighting for our country. We're fighting to be, with our values, a moral country that is a Democrat, liberal, Jewish country. This is who we are. We're going to stay here like that.
you've suffered this atrocity. You said it yourself, there are Israeli hostages, babies in Gaza, and yet you're still struggling with the information war because Palestinian civilians are being killed in Israeli bombardments. Like, isn't it time to sort of, is there another way? So that's what I'm asking.
If other countries in the world can make Hamas surrender with no conditions and bring all hijacks back to Israel, show us the way you do that. Show us the way you do that. And we will do that. We understand we have no other way to fight that. The way
Breaking fucking news. Donald Trump just flipped back to Israel. What a fake goddamn asshole human being. It was like, we're not gonna use American taxpayers' money to promote wars in the Middle East. He was like, we love peace. I'm here for the peace. He was like, oh, we're gonna cut ties with Israel. I'm thinking about probably gonna announce the recognition of Palestinian state. And yesterday, he just got an interview at the Fox News, and he was like, oh, Israel is the strongest ally of the United States of America, and we're gonna fully support Israel. Wow, how fake a person could be like. And this is actually the biggest scam in the human being's history. He wanted to cheer the Saudis up, and he was like, oh, the United States is going to cut ties with Israel and going to take care of Palestinians. But right after he got a deal, like $600 billion, and he was like, oh, Israel's good. All right, fuck all y'all. The biggest scam in human history. And $600 billion. Wow.
I know war. What's going on in Palestine right now is not a war. It's not. It is the dehumanization. It's the genocide. It's the ethnic cleansing of a specific people to take their land. This is not war. These are people that are defending themselves. I see this constantly where people are just repeatedly dehumanizing these people. This is wrong. And there's nothing more American than speaking out against what's wrong. I can't tell you how many times I've seen horrible things, and this takes it to an entirely new level. The U.S. taxpayer is paying for this, which makes it even more frustrating. I'm paying for this. I am seeing what's happening to this. Whatever you can do, anything, this needs to stop.